HCTV Sports is supported by Balanced Wealth Management, Retirement, Planning, Expertise. Farmers Insurance, the Katie Lindbergh Agency. Katie Lindbergh, Hastings Downtown Farmers Insurance. If you don't know insurance, you need to know her.
First goal of the year goes for the Raiders.
Oh, beautiful shot there. Nicely done. Gets the pin.
How was that beautiful? Onside kick, and it's recovered by Hastings.
And he's rung up for strike 3.
Double alley. Touchdown Raiders.
From the Hastings High School field house, this is Hastings Raiders basketball on Hastings Community Television. And it's the 2023-24 season opener for the Hastings Raiders girls basketball program, and really
HCTV
basketball
Sports
in general as a whole here as
Balanced
we welcome you
Wealth
to Hastings High School. Nick Tuckner alongside Peter Heyman, and we are here for the opener. The Raiders in blue and gold taking on none other than their Highway 61 rivals in the Battle of the Bridge. That is the Park Wolfpack. And as we bring Peter Heyman into the mix, he too a Hastings High School graduate. He knows as well as I do, and you folks that have listened to me for 20 some odd years, you know that, well, the rivalry between Hastings and Park holds a big spot in my heart. For Peter, it's the same way. This is a big game for not only both teams to get things going on just kind of on the road, so to speak, but really just to kind of get that rivalry going, get the feel of the game back for really both teams tonight.
Yeah, Tuck, we talked about the pregame. It's kind of like the Vikings-Packers.
Yep.
It's game one, so everything's on the table. You really don't know the strengths and weaknesses per se, but you got to play your rivalry right now, and you got to come out right out of the chute.
Doesn't matter what the records are, as you and I all know, folks. The Hastings Raiders last year, 17-10, really had a terrific second half of the year under interim head coach Trent Hansen. He took these gals in all sorts of different ways that you didn't think that this group might have been able to do. Trent took these kids really onto a great run. I know it ended prematurely in the playoffs, but this team learned how to win. They learned to win together, and with few seniors last year, Hastings returning a bunch of varsity talent. Conversely, on the other side, Park very young. And we're going to have the pep band singing the national anthem, playing the national anthem. We're going to turn it over to Athletic Director Trent Hansen here at center court.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Trent Hansen, Assistant Principal and Director of Athletics here at Hastings High School. It's my pleasure and an honor at this time to read a personal message from my colleague and dear friend Bill Reuter with all of you tonight. So these are Bill's words. Here we go. Hello, Raider Nation. As you know, a few months ago, our family received an awful diagnosis concerning my health. It hit us hard, as you can imagine. As we wrestle with this difficulty, our family is choosing to live gratefully. We are grateful for the time we have today, for each other, and also for the community of Hastings. During this difficult season, you rose up and showed our family love and support on a scale I cannot put into words. Your kindness has pulled me personally through many dark moments. Please know each note and every prayer is felt and helps give us strength and healing. Many of you are here tonight to show us your support. This touches us to the core, and we thank you. Students often ask me what my favorite sport is, and without hesitation, I always reply, high school girls basketball. I love sitting in the stands and cheering on this team more than anything. Kate is a pretty big reason for that, but I've had the blessing to coach many of these young women either through traveling or in-house. They are all special to me. I wish I could be there. To the boosters and those who organized this event, thank you. I am honored and I accept your love and kindness. I have my t-shirt on and I'm ready to get this game going. Let's go Raiders. So the one unscripted part that I don't have written down, but we're gonna roll with this anyway. I do know that Bill is at home and he's watching. And he's watching through the lens of those HCTV cameras that are up behind most of you. So what I would ask you to do this time, I'd invite you to please stand, join me in a big wave, and just one huge round of applause at that big camera right back there for Mr. Bill Reuter. We love you, man. Okay, big guy. I turned it off for a second. Yep. A little harder than I thought.
Well, very heartwarming here before the broadcast tonight, and now knowing that Mr. Bill Reuter is actually tuned into this one, I want to throw a special shout out and hello to Bill tonight. Again, we're pulling for you, my man. I know a handful of years ago, Bill stepped in kindly to come in for a coach's show a handful of years back on KDWA, and actually we had a lot of fun. It was a blast, and Bill, thank you for all you do for our kids, whether it be in the classroom or for the kids on and off the court too. We couldn't say thank you loud enough, and then this game's for you tonight.
Yeah, Bill, I don't know you. I just got back to Minnesota from the military, but my prayers go out to you and your family, and hope everything goes well, and we'll try to get a win for you tonight, boss. Let's do it.
Raiders are going to have a pretty familiar lineup, too, right? I mean, they're coming out with a bunch of kids that, let's be frank, they are battle-tested when it comes to varsity basketball. Raiders go with Keegan McVicker, Lindsey Wagner, Emma Baker, Haley Strain, and Kate Reuter. Just an update, too, if you come to the game and you got your roster, they have Haley Strain listed as 29, and though I'd love her to have my number, that would be wonderful, she's going to wear 20, as we all kind of know her number anyway, but that's just if you're here to let you know about that too. Same goes for Park. They do have one switch in their lineup. Olivia Zarnota, she's going to wear 30 instead of 13. So change that in your roster if you're scoring along at home or here at the game as well. So Park and Coach Steph Tolkinen, they're going to go Tenley Nelson, Haley Kiefer, Jenna Gurman, and Tori Henderson, who's really one of the kids that have been around the block a time or two. We talked to Steph before the game down along court level, and she was saying some of these kids, Tori, one of them, a junior, she's going to have to kind of jump up and say, hey, I need to be a leader. And, of course, only one senior in this whole roster being Rita Gill. So we're going to see a team that maybe doesn't have as much experience as the Raiders do, although the Raiders still young. They have a lot of kids that have played varsity for quite some time. So, again, Nelson, Kiefer, Gurman, Henderson, Jamison. Of course, Jamison only an 8th grader, folks, but boy, you will not be able to tell that she is an 8th grader the way she plays the game. Coach Steph Tolkinen, a longtime coach now here at Park High School. Steph for ever now here at Park, just great human being on and off the floor. She's not just a great coach, she's a great mom, great wife, great human being, and I can say that because I know her personally, and I know how much these kids mean to her. And talking to her before the game, she mentioned, hey, we're young, but I told Steph, I looked her in the eyes, I said, how many times have you and I had this conversation, Steph, when you've had a super young team, and what happens 2 years later? You end up going on to a section championship. Rick Tavernier, new head coach of the Raiders, he is in his first game here with the blue and gold, although not unfamiliar. He's been around the youth program for quite some time, and we're underway at the Fieldhouse in the 2023-24 season. Raiders will work it up the floor left, looking to penetrate early for Baker, ripped away, now a jump ball, possession arrow will go back the way of the Park Wolfpack, so we'll go right to left on your, oh, that's okay, T. Mr. Trent Hansen, here right up behind us.
Yeah, Tuck, first game, got to get out of the chute here, break off, get rid of those cobwebs.
That's exactly it. First half especially, the team's working together in their first game situation outside of a scrimmage. Shot here from the outside, no good. Rebound Raiders, McVicker, leading scorer last year, up over 400 points on the season. Drives end-to-end, throws it up, no good. But she'll draw a foul and go to the line to shoot two. So quickly a foul against Park. Raiders will go to the line. No score early on here at the Fieldhouse. And that's going to go to number 5, and that is German's first.
Yeah, Tuck, you like to see that. Go into the hole, attacking it quick. She does not. It looks like she's already been playing 5 games already this season.
Well, she's played quite a bit back into middle school. Keegan McVicker shot there. Good first points of the season from the line. 1-0 Raiders. Love the new scoreboards. The Raider accents on each end as well. That big scoreboard that you can see on all sides now. Second shot good. McVicker makes it 2-0. And here we go. Less than a minute in. Right to left. Park in their whites with the green. Little bit of black in the unis. And up the floor they come. Dish it off left. Jamison, 8th grader, gets the return pass. Puts a shot up over the rim. No good. Rebound Raiders. Wagner leaves it for McVicker to Wagner again. Shoots the 3. No good. Off the mark. Rebound, Raiders have it. Strain outside, return pass, McVicker from the corner, no good. Rebound, Raiders, oh, easy look, good. Emma Baker with the putback, and if the Raiders are going to get rebounds that easy on the offensive end all night long, this could be a long evening for the Park Wolfpack.
Yeah, Tuck, I was just going to say, that's like 3 rebounds right in a row there. Park, a little young squad. Hastings, you can see their senior experience there taking over.
Henderson, corner. Jamison, like we said, you don't think of her as an 8th grader when you look at her. Nearly 6 feet tall. Shot no good. Rebound Raiders. Back up the floor. Emma Baker slides it left. Now into the corner. Dump it inside. Mismatch. Strain up. No good. Rebound. Haley has it. She's a lefty too, so that's natural. Shot off the glass. That's good too. She could be a force this year. Tall. She really has that length with the arms. Can take up a lot of space under the basket. Haley Strain with a big bucket for the Raiders, who lead early, 6-0.
Yeah, Tuck, Haley took advantage here in volleyball, too. She's also left-handed. She was spiking a lot of left-handeds while we played volleyball. So she's got a little home court advantage, if you will, playing right on the same court.
It's amazing, too, to see when you have somebody who's dynamic with that left hand, naturally left-handed, and they're able to drive that way, they just look so much more smooth than somebody right-handed or used to going to the right side. Mel Brake was one of them that always made it look easy with either hand, and funny, she's playing Division I and playing very well at Creighton. This one along the end, lost for a moment. Great defense along the line. Park has no other opportunity but throwing it off of a Raider, and Baker was there with some great defense along the baseline defensively. Raiders really clamping down here along the baseline. I'd like to see that early out of this team.
Yeah, they're pitching a shutout right now, Tuck. You mentioned that left hand, kind of like baseball hitters, too. They seem like they have that smooth swing. Oh, there's a nice block.
Another block, and again, active hands from Haley Strain, that tall length. And again, the arm span. That's something that can't go understated. Down low, Haley had it, lost it, loose ball. Raiders fighting for it. Should be a jump ball. It will be. Possession arrow should be the Raiders, and it is.
Yeah, you mentioned Haley with blocks. She led the team last year with 1.1 blocks per game. She's already going to beat that stat tonight.
She might get 20 tonight for all we. I mean, the way she's already manning the basket defensively, she's going to be a problem tonight.
I think she's going to be a problem all season long for anybody they play.
Speaking of problems, Keegan McVicker gives Park another one, now that it's 8-0, and McVicker has 4 of them for the blue and gold. Just underway with the 23-24 season. Nick Tucker, Peter Heyman here on HCTV. Shot for 3 is blocked, and they'll keep it alive along the end. What great hustle in Hastings. Here they come up the floor from the outside right. Shot for 3, splashdown! Kate Roeder from the outside timeout. Park takes a timeout, and how about this start for the Raiders? 11-0 Hastings. Let's take a peek at the replay. And again, just a great setup, pass right, and Reuter there, perfect form. And swish, and down it goes. So the Raiders, Pete, early on, you're seeing play offensively inside, outside. Hastings flexing a little bit of everything early on. And if you're going to draw up a start for Coach Tavernier, you couldn't draw it up any better than this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, HCTV Sports is supported by Farmers Insurance, the Katie Lindbergh Agency. Katie Lindbergh, Hastings, Downtown Farmers Insurance. If you don't know insurance, you need to know her.
And then get to know your insurance, too, all at the same time. We thank Katie and our sponsors for putting this one on the air. And so far, so good if you're a Raider fan. 11-0 here on HCTV.
Yeah, Tuck, Hastings has just been every facet of the game so far. Blocking, rebounding, points in the paint. Couple steals.
Alvarenga now in the game for Park. She'll get the return pass right now into the corner. It's Nelson. Henderson back up top. Raiders defending the perimeter tough early on. Thought about the shot for 3. No, and probably a better idea there. Raiders have blocked 2 threes already. And the shot clock in high school basketball in play, of course, now. And that will expire the shot clock and a whole other added dimension in this game that we haven't really even talked about, and that is the fact that the shot clock will play a big factor in what might happen not only tonight but the rest of the season.
Yeah, Tuck wanted to mention that for all our viewers and listeners out there, that their shot clock is at 35 seconds, so no longer can they sit at the top of the key when they got that lead and just try to keep it away from them.
If you're watching on the screen, bottom of the screen in the yellow numbers, you'll see the shot clock ticking down, pass up, and shot in. Made it look easy. Kate Reuter again, she has 5 early points for Hastings. And the Raiders have a 13-0 early lead on Park here at home in the opener. Pass left, knocked away again. Great defense, went off of Park and out of play. That was all hustle by McVicker, and not only that, slapped it off the Park player and out of bounds. Reuter and who else coming out here? McVicker out for the Raiders for a moment. Hastings with a couple of subs as well. We'll get to those here as we move along. Rachel Notch, one of the first off the bench. Also Mara Jackson in the game too. Raiders, Notch outside. Baker to Strain outside up at the top. Walk it to the free throw line. Play it back to the top of the key. Now left side. Baker, Raiders patient. Working the elbow right. Now send it up top. Inside Strain, wide open, high off the glass. No good, out of play off a Raider.
Tuck, good to see. Sorry, Raiders, a lot of ball movement there, a lot of players moving around. That's good to see. Wears out the defense as well.
And it seems like the Raiders all know where they're going, and that's one thing. You can see that motion and whatnot early in the season, but they actually know where they're going, where they're playing, who they're passing to. The answer for you Raider fans is yes, emphatically.
And speaking of that, Park kind of looks like a little lost themselves. That's the difference between the experienced Raiders and the inexperienced Wolfpack.
Learning as they go, the Wolfpack. Raiders hoping to blossom more of what we saw last year into a complete flower by the end of the season. Shot for 3, no good. Back rim rolls off. Raiders offensive board thrown out up top again. Wagner inside, Strain, shot good, and a big-time size mismatch, and Haley Strain finishes it off, Pete.
Yeah, her opponent was 5'4". That was obviously a mismatch. It was a guard on Strain, and that's going to be a win for her all day.
Not even close to a size advantage for Park in this game, really, in any of the matchups. Shot again missing. In the corner, Wagner 3, splashdown! Lindsay Wagner, her first bucket, and it's a triple. And the Raiders are surging early, 18-0 here at the Hastings High School Fieldhouse.
That's their second three tonight, Tuck. They were 28% last year shooting, so they can splash the three.
11:40 to go, first half. Ball fumbled on the outside to the top, long three, that's good.
That's their first points of the game. Looks like it's number 10.
10 for the Wolfpack. That is Tori Henderson. And one of those leaders, like we said, not a lot of experience, but Henderson, one of them that Coach Tolkinen is looking to that for some leadership of their own. As we're going to get Sophie Swanson into the game for Hastings. Take a peek here at the replay. Nice dump in, and then that quick pass outside. And sizing it up from the corner was Wagner for that three-point bucket. So Raiders leading 18-3 with 11:21 to go.
Yeah, Tuck, you mentioned young squad, but they do have the seasoned veteran, the coach, and their seasoned captain, the only senior.
Well, when you have a young team and you get a veteran coach to work with them, there's only one way to go, and that's up. Is this one thrown out along the end? And again, Hastings will get this thing back, leading by 15 early with 11:05 to play here. First half from the Fieldhouse in the opener. Just an offensive barrage, suffocating defense, and hustle galore in this first handful of minutes. Pass to the elbow, that was Jackson. Swanson, who can also hit that three from the outside. Right. Driving in for Hastings, and a foul on the play. There's a travel against Keegan McVicker. Give the ball back to Park with the Raiders up by 15 here in the first half.
There was probably a foul there, but it looks like it was after the traveling violation.
Of course, I think it's a foul. Mr. Raider-centric. No, but again, like I said, it's hard not to cheer for Coach T's squad. I mean, yeah, there are big rivals right down the road, but I love what Coach T's doing with his young group of kids. To the outside, right corner. Raiders again just suffocating him on the outside. Tamp it away and another steal. Raiders up the floor, kind of slowing it down one-on-one. Jackson almost traveled. Whips it outside. Yep, Swanson three. No. Rebound, Raiders. Strains, put back is good. Haley Strain, and that's why you say, hey, if you're going to let him shoot, fine. We got so many offensive rebounders there to take care of it. If we miss, no big deal. Big example, 20-3.
Yeah, Tuck, it reminds me of way back in the day, Cleveland State. They had four guys shooting threes, one guy underneath. They miss it, throws it back out.
Cleveland State, I love how you're pulling out some good, deep NCAA squads from the past. This one thrown out along the end line. Cleveland State, see, like, now were they green? Were they green? I want to say they were green. I just remember Cleveland State because that was one of those teams that, when you're playing NCAA March Madness, and you go deep into those teams you don't even know about. Yep. That was always one of them. That or like Portland or something. Who goes to Portland, right? Back up the floor, Hastings trying to lay one up. That one's no good. I don't think it ever even caught the rim. We'll talk more about video games after the broadcast. Shot here put up from the outside, no good. Rebound Raiders again, and they have dominated that category here in the first half. Swanson right, Raiders inside, good pass, good find, looking to put it up off the glass, no good. Actually hit the bottom of the rim there. Hastings looking to put that shot up with Jillian McTagg. Outside right, shot for three, never even hit the rim. Raiders loose ball, McVicker, and here she comes. McVicker, it is green, yeah, there we go.
Good memory.
Shot from the outside, no good, but it goes out off the rim, and Park will take possession. Park will also check in another player, and that will be Rami Ashfog. And here is Park up the floor, down 17 early. What a start for Hastings. 20-3.
Sounds like a football score.
That'd be fun. I would love to see Park in football again. I miss that rivalry on the gridiron every year. Shot no good. Rebound Raiders again, outboarding Park, I would say, by a 10-to-1 ratio right now. And that might be the exact stats at this point. Swanson left. Raiders outside with McVicker. Nice pick set up top, and they're going to call a foul on it, too. Yep. Grabbed a hold of her after the pick was sent by Baker. they thought they could do to stop McVicker was grab a hold of the jersey, and there'll be a foul.
Coach T had a few words with the official there too, maybe getting an explanation. Or
Well, what I think is Coach T felt that was an illegal screen.
It could have very well have been.
Right.
And that's why that collision was called and they called a foul. Maybe it was the other way.
Exactly. And that's what I thought they were going to whistle dead first. I thought we were going to get a call on a screen. This here blocked under the hoop. What a great block by Jamison, and the 8th grader gets a, hey, I am just as good as you gals, just a little bit younger with a block there. Nice baseline drive. Shots good. Oh my goodness. Tiptoeing along the baseline, Kenna German. And she'll finish and go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Nice little pass, getting it down to the end first, and then it was all German.
Yeah, that was a great drive, Tuck, and they kind of feel like they're playing ball now. They were a little out of it the first few minutes, and now they're like, hey, we don't care anymore. Let's just go.
Very big crowd on hand tonight, obviously, to honor Bill Reuter, but we all know, too, that Hastings Park, if you're going to have a big game to load it up, it'd definitely be Hastings Park. Shot was no good. Rebound Park keeping it alive. Nope, stolen. Now here comes McVicker looking to go end-to-end, finishes at the rim.
That was a great drive, Tuck. She just kicked it into high gear and blew past the defenseman of Wolfpack.
And that's where she can be lethal. That first step, she blows by everybody up the floor. This is for 3. No good. Rebound McVicker filling up the score sheet in all facets so far. Points, boards, assists. I'm not saying triple-double watch already, but boy, oh boy, you got to start thinking it. Pass down low. That one slipped through the hands. All just a moment of McTagg to the outside for 3, hard off the glass. Shot no good, and now we're going to get a whistle. Coach T says, I want a timeout. So the Wolfpack will take a timeout with 7:18 to play here in the first half. So again, just taking a look at the way the Raiders in transition, moving up the floor, and you said with McVicker, just that speed can kill, and that first step got by everybody and was off to the races.
Yeah, and you saw she made that layup with her right hand. As a coach back in the day, they want you to do the whatever hand is on that side. However, they've learned actually it kind of helps block the defender going that way too. HCTV Sports is supported by Balanced Wealth Management. Balanced Wealth Management, retirement planning expertise.
And we thank Balanced Wealth Management for all they do for putting these games on the air, and we welcome you back to the Hastings High School Fieldhouse. Nick Tucker alongside Peter Haven, and we are here for a, festive atmosphere tonight. The Raiders came out, used a little bit of that energy early on all facets, offensively, defensively, and that hustle rating that you guys all know that I've talked about for years. And you can talk about offense and defense all you want to, but you know when you're just beating a team to the ball, you're beating the team to every loose ball, hustle play, and right now Pete Hastings is doing that.
Yeah, they are, Tuck. They're rebounding. They seem very confident out there. They just look like they've been doing this together, which they really have.
Right.
Like you mentioned earlier, they've had some great experience from last year's run, and they're just carrying it over right now.
They've had the growing pains Coach T's squads had in Cottage Grove. We've been through that before, and now the Raiders reaping a lot of what they've sowed the last couple of years here on the floor. Starting tonight down 22-5, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Had to force it, no good. Back up the floor. Raiders trying to hustle it up there. They do on a tip pass, couldn't finish, and now we're going to get a foul on a hack on the hand. Maybe it's a blocking foul.
Yeah, I thought the point guard kind of cut underneath as she was making her layup. Let's see if they give a signal. Yep, there's the block.
There we go.
I probably shouldn't say that I used to do a little officiating. Sometimes it might come out as we're doing
No,
the
that's
broadcast.
good. No, we need an official to keep me in line during the broadcast. I think that's probably the best thing for us here on the air anyways. Make sure you might have to chain me up here by the end of this one. This one seems like it's okay. These two teams get along pretty well. Shot here is good. So Raiders at the line, hitting 22-6 is the score.
Tori Henderson back in the match. And speaking of officials, I just want to say thanks to all the officials out there, because without officials in any sport, we would not be able to play.
That's for sure. I mean, we can see it in a lot of sports right now. Second shot, no good. Offensive board and a putback for Haley Strain. She's got 6.
Yeah, they just can't stop her. They can't block her out. Even if they do, she gets the rebound over the top of them.
Geeson went 1 of 2 from the line for the Raiders. Following the play here off the ball. Geeson's first. So a point and a foul off the bench for Hastings Geeson here in the first half. Inbound pass, and now here comes Jamison running in the lane. Nice spin move. Just couldn't get the shot to finish. Got her own board. Throws it outside left from the elbow. Looking to slip into the corner. Shot Jamison. 3. No. Over the basket. And the Raider fans, they love it. Up the floor. Nice pass. Strain all alone. Couldn't finish. Tipped out off of Park, and the Raiders will keep it. And boy, the transition game of Hastings is just drowning Park right now.
Yeah, they are quick. It almost looks like an NBA or college team the way they're doing it, or the old Gophers hockey when they used to fly that puck down blue line to blue line.
Somewhere Jeff Tafe is smiling listening to this game. I know Jeffrey around town again, which is wonderful, so hopefully we can run into him. I know Derek Stepan, talking about former pro athletes and hockey players. Derek Stepan working for the Minnesota Wild now, which is pretty cool. As a free throw for Haley Strain is good. Hi, Nick Odman.
If we're going to talk about former players, we are playing Park, so I can't not mention Mr. Sam Jacobson. You know, he was around back in the day. He was one of the best Minnesota basketball player ever to play the game.
When I worked at Cottage Grove Subway in high school, he signed a napkin for us, and we all thought we were the coolest on the face of the planet. Then he went on to the NBA, played with the Lakers for a little while, most notably anyway.
Sure you got that napkin framed in your house now, don't you?
I think that one might have been escorted out of the house a while ago. Triple from the outside there as Tenley Nelson hits. And Park getting back into this one, trying to anyway. It's still a 19-point edge for Hastings at 27-8. Nice drive, right side shot, no good. McVicker, but that rebound. Haley Strain so good inside. Fights for that rebound, draws a foul. They're going to inbound here momentarily. And is this against 11? Jamison's first, yep. Let's take a look at it there as fighting through. And I don't know how they gave Jamison that personally. On the replay, didn't look too much like she did anything to alter her movement in the paint there. Shoot it inside. Raiders trying to get it down low. Return pass outside to Wagner. Back inside, Haley, turnaround block, got her own board. Wasn't even a board. Put back in her face, and then she says, in your face. Scores again, and Haley Strain's having a half. She's got 10 to lead all scores.
Yeah, usually Haley does the blocking, but she got blocked, but she didn't even care. Grabbed the ball and shot it right back up and scores.
That is called resiliency at its best in basketball. One shot, yeah, you missed. It's blocked right in your face, but you take that ball and you put it right back in the hole. And try to deflate Park even further at 29-8, 5:06 to go in a very fast-moving first half of play from the Fieldhouse. Into the corner, Jamison. Back outside left, stepping in front of the elbow. Shot for 2, no. Raiders tap it around the rebound. Boy, Jamison's good as like it's an 8th grader. You can't believe that she's that young. Outside right, again elbow. Shot for 3, no. Rebound this time, Haley Strain. Handful of those for number 20. Up the floor comes the Raiders again. Nice pass, Haley. Backdoor cut! And the finish is good. What a find by McVicker. Backdoor Haley Strain with the finish. And this team is on fire here in the first half. Up and down the floor, and right here, let's see how it all came to be. Flying up the floor, McVicker, and then just a great find in that size mismatch. Get it down to Haley, and not even Jamison can do anything as she's outsized by 2-3 inches. What a great finish. Let's keep finding her down low.
Yeah, the reason why she maybe gets open all the time, she's the tallest player on the Hastings Raiders at 6'1".
Yep.
Tallest player for Park is 5'11", so it's only 2 inches, but that makes a big difference.
It tells you, too, why Haley is such a good softball pitcher. You got those long limbs, and when you come through that ball, and you can get the rise and the drop to work a little bit more because the longer limbs will help the motion on your pitches. Now you look at over the years, you've had gals like Treya Cannell, upwards of 5'10", almost 6 feet tall, same thing. Why was she an all-state pitcher? A lot of movement, and Haley's so athletic with those movements. Sometimes it looks effortless, Pete.
Yeah, Tuck, I'll say this as a multi-sport athlete. Any multi-sport athlete in high school, they can actually use all those other things they learn in the other sports and just bring them into each other sport.
That's why we just pride ourselves in Hastings with having multi-sport athletes. Shot here front of the rim, no good. Swanson there for the board. Raiders back up the floor. So quick in transition off the fingertips.
It might be their first turnover of the game.
off Ellie Magnus's hands, but it's a chance to get some of these gals off the bench early in this one with a lead. Nice inbound pass, all alone, a practice play, finished beautifully by Emma Baker, and a kid that has continued to grow the last, since she was in middle school, 5 years. Again, Steele. Raiders up the floor. Swanson again, great active hands. Pass right. Wagner thought about the triple. Stop there, almost double dribble. To the top again. Right. Wagner again. Baker. Emma to Swanson. Back to Baker. Top. Three. No. Rolls in and out. What hustle on the boards. Strain. Wide open three. Oh, and it's missed by Wagner. I don't think she got the best release on it that she wanted. She'll come out of the game, get a breather. Jackson back in, but what ball movement here by the Raiders, just finding the open kids, and when I say open, I mean wide open.
Yeah, Tuck, I think Coach Tavernier must have listened to our broadcast, because there was 4 girls behind the arc and just Haley Strain in the rebound. He must have thought, hey, let's do the Cleveland State.
Well, if Coach Tavernier doesn't have an earbud, and I'm sure Eric Mace does, so we'll just say Coach Mace, I'm sure, dialed in some way, somehow. Into the corner here is Park with the ball in the front court. Hastings defending so well. That would look like a double dribble, 2-shot to the corners. No good for 3. Rebound, Mara Jackson there. Rips it away, and she there was undersized, yet still came away with the board somehow. Raiders just active tonight. Pass, left, Baker, corner. Swanson again, Sophie up top. Setting it up. Baker peeking, was thinking about a run in the lane, instead drops it back off Jackson. Settles it, pass right. Magnus in, shot no good. Rebound, Strain, fighting for it. Oh my, they're going to get Haley for a foul here, but that's a hustle foul, and I'll tell you what, any coach in any playbook on any bench is going to say, you're going to get a foul for hustling. I'll give it to you every time.
Yeah, Tuck, I love to see that. That reminded me, I'm going to throw it back to the 1996 state champions. That reminded me of Rachel Reuter and Leslie Miller. They gave it all, laid on the floor. That's what Haley Strain reminds me of right now.
Now, you could throw in, Miller was as tough as could be in the interior too, but the Raiders also had probably the most tough point guard in the state in Katie Hertel that, pound for pound, not the biggest kid on the court, but you know what? It didn't matter because she was the toughest kid on the court. And like you said, the Raiders that year, when they won state, it was all about toughness and not letting each other down. And that's what we need to see out of this Raider team, too, and so far, so good.
Yes, sir. I don't know if you caught the crowd there doing a countdown.
Oh, yeah, I love this.
It was 20 seconds, and they're saying 3, 2, 1. They call that gamesmanship, is what they say.
The crowd's going to play a much bigger factor in these games. Long 3 from Prescott. No. And the Raiders get it back. And again, when you have to force shots, look what happens, Pete. And look at this.
Even the Park crowd is not liking that. Back in the day, we'd be yelling air ball, but I don't know if they're allowed to say that. Maybe sportsmanship. They don't do that anymore.
Wisconsin, they tried taking that away for a year, but that didn't last long.
Okay.
By the end of that particular season, they were still saying it. It's what is.
I'm kind of glad not to hear it, to be honest. High school sports, I'd rather leave it out, but especially when it's 33-8.
Yeah, that's probably not the time to do it. But again, like you said, it's a rivalry. Each team probably would do the same thing at each other's floor, but that's not here nor there right now. Raiders leading handily, we'll say, 33-8. Swanson on the outside, harassed by Henderson. Top right. Raiders again, Magnus. Cuts up top for McVicker, looking to drive in. Takes the shot for 3, no. Rebound loose, and Henderson will bring it back up the floor for Park. Slow it down. Give it up to Kiefer. Haley Kiefer. That's kind of a Hastings-ish name, too. Into the corner left side.
Tuck, I'm not sure you've already mentioned, but Jillian McTagg is now in there at center, giving Strain a little break.
McTagg's kind of giving him a couple different blows there. Jackson went down, getting up slowly. Shot for 3 is good.
That's not good. Marl's one of the guards on the team.
3-pointer from Nelson, her second tonight. And Park, a couple of their buckets tonight. 3 of them are threes. 33-11, first half, 54 seconds to go. Raiders have controlled the pace this entire first half. Up top, McVicker spins away. Actually, Magnus outside to Jackson. Swanson, Sophie drives up top, gets the free throw line. Roadblock there, so we'll cut it back towards McVicker. Fumbled it, had it, lost it. Swanson still has it, keeping it alive. Need to get the shot off! No. Wouldn't have counted anyway. Shot clock expired. Raiders will get a couple of changes. Notch will come back in. McTagg, you said, is in. Who else came back into the game? 22 seconds left. First half, 33-11. Raiders will receive a ball on the bench, but I think it was tipped out by Hastings.
Yeah, McVicker got a hand on that. It was a good thing a couple of Raiders defenders didn't know who they were guarding with those substitutions. That happens a lot. Luckily, they didn't see the girl wide open underneath.
And that's the thing, too. The Raiders have found those passes offensively, and that's 5 seconds. That's just good defense. You know, you talk about hustle, defense, intangibles. I can use all the adjectives to describe those little extra things that get you a win, you know, the more you do it throughout a game, and that's one of them, man. I mean, even on the inbound, not giving him somewhere to pass the ball to, it's just a free turnover.
Yeah, and now let's see what Coach Tavernier has set up with 17 seconds left. Try to get the last shot, maybe.
Yeah, might as well now, because you know you're talking about not having the shot clock, and this is probably the only point of the half where you know you're just battling the clock. Shot for three, no. Rebound, Raiders trying to put it back up. Shot for three at the buzzer, no, and that'll do it for the first half. But as a Raider fan, I am extremely happy, and not just happy, I'm extremely impressed.
I am too, Tuck. We talked about it. The pace, the rebounding, the transition, but most importantly, what I think is team ball.
Yeah, it's been team basketball through the first half of this one, and it's been offense, it's been defense, and it's been intangibles. And that one intangible that I always talk about, hustle, you cannot draw it up anymore. Is that mine? Of course, I'm just stepping up my jacket. But intangibles, they've all showed up for Hastings, and that's why they have a 33-11 first half lead here over the Park Wolfpack in the Battle of Highway 61, the Battle of the Bridge, whatever you want to call it. These two teams battling their tails off the first half, but the Raiders have a 22-point edge here at the end of the first half. We'll take that break for halftime, and when we come back, we'll have your second half and hopefully a resumption of this fun, because it's been fun so far. The Raiders leading by a score of 33-11 at half. This is Raider basketball on Hastings Community Television.
Push that trash that way, not this way. Come on.
Oh, hey there. Do you like HCTV?
That's one small step for Hastings and one giant leap for community television.
Do you want a custom video that promotes your business or organization and gives you the results you're looking for? As an HCTV sponsor, our staff will work with your business or organization to create a custom video to promote your brand. You also have an option of getting a shout out in every sporting event we cover. And that's 3 points for your business.
So support HCTV today!
Go to hastingstv.org/sponsors for more information or to give a one-time donation.
Some you've heard of more, but it doesn't bother me because I just love to explore. Interviewing owners and lending a hand. I love to assist for as long as they can stand.
Hello everybody on the stream, this is Sports Director Hunter Pinky. Just providing an update, we had to evacuate the building for a fire alarm. So not quite sure on ETA for the start of the second half, but we were allowed to come back in. So coverage will resume somewhat shortly, so stand by. Thanks for hanging in there.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Hastings High School Fieldhouse for the second half. I think now, anyway. We've had a little longer delay, and just a quick update for those who kind of just turned your screen off or maybe turned the Wild game or the Wolves game on for a moment. We had a fire alarm go off at halftime, literally as the girls were running into the locker rooms. Even right now, as I take a little sniff, you can smell the faint undertones of a metallic burning smell. Well, there was really a fire here at Hastings High School. There was a fire in the metals department, and I don't know if there's kids down there goofing around or doing some work or some extra credit or whatever, but they obviously melted it down into what it was not supposed to be. Therefore, the fire alarms went off, and in turn, our fine fellas in red made their way here, took care of everything and everybody, and we are all back in the building. And, well, Peter, welcome to high school sports. I mean, really, that was something else. You've seen the delays with football, but I've never had one in basketball, and that was just interesting.
Yeah, Tuck, I can't say I've seen this. Like you said,
No.
I was at the Cretan. I had to do that game this year. Thank you very much for that. But speaking
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Speaking of fire, Haley Strain, she's been on fire.
We thought she was burning the house down.
She leads the way with 14 points. She's just unstoppable. She's dominating the boards. She's got great footwork in the paint. Even on the full court, rushing down the court, she's right there with them.
And she's going to be out there here to start things for the Raiders. They lead at 33-11, and they will add a little insult to injury. They have the ball to start the second half, and they'll throw it inside immediately here to Baker. Emma Baker up top, drives into about the free throw line, throws it right. Little jumper from 10. No, didn't even find the rim, but they're strained to clean it up. Outside, Wagner to the top, into the corner. Raiders will work it. To the outside again. Hastings also checking Kate Reuter back in to start the second half. Fast first half for Reuter with a three. Off hands on a play, says former Raider Christian Bronner, one of the officials tonight here at Hastings. Good to see him before the game, and of course during the long fire drill. Who is he talking to? Everybody in blue and gold. Kristen, the most popular guy in here other than Pete. And to the far corner of the elbow, working the right side. Park in the front court. They're going to have to show a little more urgency than this here in the second half, folks. To the top again, Nelson. Corner, looking for a three, instead stolen, and it's McVicker end to end. No shocker as she finishes at the rack. Keegan McVicker with 8 in the first points of the half for the Raiders.
You mentioned Nelson. She was the leading scorer for the Wolfpack. She's going to have to shoot it and score if they want to get back in this game. It's going to be a tough battle to do that, though, Tuck.
You're right, Pete. They're almost going to have to find one and ride through one of them and say, all right, you're going to have to go in and beat this team, all as Steph Curry sometimes with the Golden State Warriors. There's some nights, Clay isn't shooting or whatever, and you say, hey, Steph, you got to beat everybody tonight. You got to have 45, and funny, some nights he does. That's what they need for Park here in the second half. As the shot clock expiring, shots up no good for three again. And the three-point buckets, although they've helped Park from time to time, have also been a Achilles heel for them. Shot for three for the Raiders, and that's no good. Big rebound by Strain again. Offensive board, turnaround left, scores.
That's a beautiful post move. I talked about it at the intermission. That's great left-handed, twist to the left and score. Defenders aren't used to defending left-handed players either, something they got to adjust to.
Haley, the niece of head football coach Dana Strain. A lot of athleticism in that family as a whole. I know Shane Strain went on to play tight end at the University of Minnesota. He was a golfer. Of course, Dana also a collegiate athlete in his own right, plus a collegiate coach. Turnaround inside. Haley again, shot missed off her hands though, and on a play, good call by Christian Bronner along the end.
You can just see how she towers over everybody there. They're just dumping the post, kind of like Mike Mose back in the day.
Remember Mike Mose. Oh, if you're watching, buddy, that would be a treat to have him tuning in tonight. But yeah, Mike Mose, another one of those guys that you talk about top point scorers in Raider history. Mike Mose is still up there, up over 1,000 points. Into the corner, right side. Of course, a lot of names have succeeded him in the past 20 years that I've been calling Hastings sports.
That was a good give and go there, but Good help by the Raiders defense to put up the wall.
Blocked again.
Speaking of the wall, there's the Haley Strain wall.
I can't wait to see her numbers from Dick Craig after this game because she's going to have a full stat list. Now, she might not have 40 points and 20 rebounds, but it's going to be an impressive stat line. Inbound pass, baseline. Park got to hurry here. They just get it in time. Throw it back out into the corner. Nelson again up top. Kiefer gonna have to hurry. 2 seconds. 3 on the way. It's no good. And along the end, it is saved, but right into the hands of the Raiders. Good hustle play there by Jamison, but the Raiders back up the floor. Working right for 3. No good. Baker missing. Rebound. Fought for. Jump ball. And yep, that is the call. It'll go back to Park, says John Hewitt, one of our state representatives here from the area. Of course, John Hewitt, longtime official, but now spends most of his days in the Capitol building, representing kind of the Rosemount area just west of us. Johnny, like I said, longtime official, and he'll call a foul here against the Raiders' Emma Baker. That's her first. Raiders didn't have many fouls in the first half. (37-11) Raiders with the lead by 26. Very nice first game so far. Want to close it as strong as you started. But Park, they've been in the offensive side of the court here for a majority of this second half. Nice drive. Foul going to be called, I think, against Haley Strain, or they get the reach. No, they're going to get a reach here.
Yeah, Tuck, I was just thinking, I think this long break from this fire, almost like the players even kind of have to get back into it again. It's not the same energy that we had the first half.
And the gals, it was funny, we came in, and they were chomping at the bit to come down the stairs. Coach Tolkinen from Parks yelling from down, hey girls, get up here. Shot's good. But, you know, they still have to go through the motions of the time coming off the clock during the halftime break, or you're going to have to answer to some higher powers tomorrow morning, and I don't think Mr. Hansen wants to handle that phone call personally, so that's going to be the reason we just sat out the 9:30 that was left. Shot here doesn't go. Rebound, Strain, turned it over. Kiefer, she's going to get 2 shots and another foul against Hastings. This one should go to Haley.
Yeah, Haley lost the ball and then she fouled. That's a classic, kind of like felt bad and they tried to recover for it, but they make a mistake.
And I'll put Kiefer to the line to shoot 2 of them. Kiefer with no points as of yet. Haley Strain's second foul tonight, but nobody in foul trouble really on either team here this evening. Good news for both squads. First shot, no. Second shot, no either. But the rebound, Jamison handled it cleanly. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll go back to the Raiders. Good hustle on both sides there. And the Raiders, Rachel Notch doing a nice job fighting for that rebound as well. Raiders the lead by 26 with 14:05 to play in regulation. Call it the game. Notch inside. Back to the top. Baker drives at the free throw line. Sends it out. Raiders working a lot more methodically here in the second half as Haley Strain, actually Emma Baker going left, and she'll draw the foul and 2 shots. And again, it's amazing because it doesn't look like anybody's blazing to the basket, but those first couple steps, and it seems like the Raiders are leaving defenders in the dust, and that's a great sign early in the year.
Yeah, that's key, Tuck. That first step, if you can get ahead of your defender, that causes them to reach in. That was another left-handed drive, too. Right. Good to see that.
That's where Emma can be so dangerous. Either side of the basket has faith in the left side or the right side. Kid has played lots of competitive basketball in her young career. Yes, I know she's a senior now, but to me, she's always going to be that little 7th grader who is green as can be first time coming on the floor.
It's fun to watch these kids grow up from little school all the way up middle school, senior high school.
Emma gets fouled. Look at that smile. You think she's not having fun playing basketball right now, even when she's hitting the hardwood the way she just did? What a hustle play again. And Baker will go to the line to shoot 2 as Kiefer has her second foul. And look at that. Just kind of gave her a hip check, but picks her up, and that's just what it's all about. These girls play each other so much. They know each other so well, and that's priceless right there.
Yeah, you got to love that sportsmanship. You give Emma some skates, she might have to head down to the hockey game and play some hockey, too. After
that was a nice hit along the end there. Shot's good. So Baker again, steady at the line for the Raiders. Hastings leading 40-11. No signs of giving this one back, up by 29 points here at home to open the season. Hopefully Coach Reuter's back home happy as can be right now, seeing the way this squad has put it together in the first game of what could be an extremely fun year. Shot here, air ball. Went off a Park player and out. Raiders had a mess of blue and gold there, but somehow it caught Alavenga and not anybody else, and we'll take it. So
yeah, I'm not sure how that happened. The Park girl was in between two Raiders, but official was right there. He must have seen something that we couldn't see.
Raiders will take it. Jamison comes out. Hastings working left to the top. Cross court into the corner. Nice pass inside to Strain. Easy finish off the glass. Haley Strain with 18 tonight for Hastings, leading all scorers.
Tuck, that basket came from ball movement. Yeah, when you pass it cross court, like the defender's got to turn their body, they lose their person they're trying to defend. Easy layup. Great play by the Hastings coach setting that play up.
Good ball movement, but even better utilizing the size mismatch, and they're going to the rack trying to just create something. Park going to draw a foul as we'll take a peek again at this pass inside to Haley, and a great finish. Just, again, mismatch, foot taller. The length just kills, and Haley finishes as we'll get two shots here coming up from Alarenga.
Yeah, Tuck, with all these fouls here in the second half of Hastings, I wouldn't be surprised if the seasoned veteran coach that you know might have said, hey, what we can do is slow the game down, maybe get some of our better players in foul trouble, and then, hey, you never know. But it's still a big mountain to climb, but that's smart thinking.
And that was last year, too. Exactly the same thing in a game that ended up, it was something like 36-28, 38-29, something like that, where it was just so low scoring. But Coach T knows how to make adjustments at the half. And this time, a good pass down to Strain, no good. Double team, shots blocked and taken away by Nelson. Great play. Then she, active hands, keeps it alive somehow, and then a foul there on a hip check thrown by Notch.
I like the intensity going for the ball, but
in a 29-point game and you're still playing that hard, I love it. A great hustle again by both teams, and the scramble just ends up on a hard play, and again, just smiles ear to ear. I mean, this team is playing good basketball tonight in all phases.
And it's not just five of them either. Coach is doing quite a few subs in there. You got to have a deep bench if you want to make it a long ways. There's a nice steal.
Stolen and by herself, McVicker, easy layup. And the Raiders cruising right now, 44-13, up by 31 points at home over their arch nemesis, the Park Wolfpack.
We've mentioned Strained a lot tonight, but let's not forget McVicker. She led the team last year in 15.5 points per game.
Over 400 points in the season last year for McVicker, and now a foul here against Hastings on the inside. And that's great steal again by McVicker, and does it all herself. Steal, finish, and now on the other end, we'll get two shots coming up here.
It will be the bonus next foul if it's a non-shooting foul against Hastings.
33 is not on the varsity roster, but I'm going to say that it would, I mean, I don't even know who that is. Yeah, we don't even, I mean, she, is it a ninth grader?
Maybe.
Is it Marlella Vanas? I mean.
Oh, it must be Marella Vanas.
I mean, that's the only other 33. The putback's good.
Either that or Park set off the fire and they brought in an old player.
They get one there from Ashfaq. So her first bucket is a field goal for two. 44-15 your score. So we're going to go with Vanas for now, wearing 33. The only other 33 is listed on the ninth grade team. Jumper, no good, McVicker. Rebound Park. Park coming up with some boards here. German. Top.
Ooh, there's a nice
Stolen
steal.
again. McVicker peels into the corner, keeps her feet inbounds, shoots the three. No. Rebound. Notch had it, lost it. German up the floor, 1-on-4. Tries to slow it down. Stolen from behind, kept alive. German now has it again for Park. Throw it up top. Nelson for three. Back rim, no good. Rebound. Swanson had it, tipped it on over to Jackson. And here come the Raiders. 10:30 to go in regulation. 44-15 Hastings. Here in the opener from the Fieldhouse, Nick Tuckner, Peter Heyman here amongst our awesome camera crew, led by the one and only Hunter Pinky, doing all the production work. Swanson, good fire inside. Shots up good off the glass. Good finish by Rachel Notch, her first bucket of the game. She's got two and a timeout on the floor. Coach Tolkinen will take it as we will have a word here from our sponsor coming up here, or sponsors for that matter, depending on how long of a timeout we might have here. So,
HCTV Sports is supported by Balanced Wealth Management. Balanced Wealth Management, retirement planning expertise. Thank you, Balanced Wealth Management, for sponsoring HCTV. Wouldn't be able to do all this without our sponsors.
There's no doubt about that. What do we got here? 10:04 to go. 46-15 Raiders. I dare say going to surge to a 1-0 start, but the way it looks right now, you're probably pretty safe in saying so as we look at the All-State board. Boy, they have made that look nice over the last handful of months, and some additions with some All-State athletes we might not have had up in the past, and it continues to grow. And as the Raiders continue to put out some great teams and great athletes, that wall will only get bigger and bigger as we go along. And you see the big crowd here on hand tonight at the Fieldhouse. Not a better way to open the season than with a big crowd. We had the band in here tonight too. It was just rocking to start this night here. And of course, honoring Mr. Bill Reuter. The girls have corresponded with a fantastic first 26 or so minutes of basketball.
Yeah, they've used their height well. They use team ball, passing.
Kiefer up top for Park. Raider fans chanting, "This one's over already." Pretty, like I said, that's takes a little guts. Outside German, finding Kiefer. Nice move, gets towards the block right, spins away from traffic. Ball goes out along the end. This will go back to Park. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Park's going to have to fire one out here pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear the crowd again. They were starting 5-4-3, about 3 seconds ahead. But Park players got used to that.
German in trouble, throws it outside. Driving into the paint, shots up, that's no good. They would have let that go, play right on. As the shot clock expires, back up top. Jamison to Kiefer. Kiefer working the ball herself up top, 1-on-1. Shoots on Baker, no good. Rebound out of play. And the Raiders again will inbound with 9:12 to go in this one, up 46-15 at home. Coach Tavernier shooting out some direction as the Raiders will come back up the floor into the front court. Baker, actually, sorry, that back inside for Baker, and now keeps it alive along the block. Up top, McVicker.
That's a body.
Foul on the floor before the drive. And the Raiders will inbound baseline. Foul will go to Kiefer. That's number 3.
And we mentioned they were a little cold, both teams. It's only been 13-4 in this second half.
Again, the fire alarm kind of froze us a little bit, literally and figuratively, for those who actually stood outside. Pete and I were sneaking around in the warm spots.
Yeah, the fans might have been frozen out there, but it's like the girls got burnt up.
But how about our Hastings Fire Department again, per usual? Just awesome. They get here as quick as they can. Take care of the fire. Fumigate the spot, and I'm sure they're probably still doing some of that down there, but And they knew that there was a game going on. The lights and sirens got here as quick as you could possibly imagine. And again, big hats off to Chief Townsend's squad of guys and gals downtown. Shot for 3 from downtown. That's no good. Rebound Park. Nelson's a tough kid, man. I mean, not a big kid at all, but, man, she is all over the floor. And here's a little baseline runner that's no good. Tapped out towards Coach T and out of play. Let's go back to Park. Yep. Henderson will inbound. Nope, she'll yield here and give it to Nelson.
Speaking of Nelson, she was second on the team last year in points per game with 10. So, yeah, she's just kind of like a Katie Hertel.
Yeah.
Not real tall, but just strong and
scrappy.
Scrappy, good word.
Not a kid you'd think would be one of the big defensive rebounders on the team tonight, but number 1 has been doing just that. Shot was missed up the floor. Raiders again. We're trying to get him to...
Ooh.
The pass to the outside as a Raider fell down to the top again. No good. Oh, a fumble there by Wagner kept it alive. Corner. 3. Deep. Back rim no good. Rebound Park. And up the floor will come Alavenga. Inside to German and a foul.
I was trying to pick up what the Park fans or somebody was, or maybe they were saying put in Strain.
No, I think they're saying put in Kate. I think, and they want Kate Reuter.
Ah,
and they're going to get Kate Reuter.
There it is. Okay.
So Kate Reuter and Haley Strain will check back in at next chance here, and here they come. Out of the game comes Brooke Mace and Piper Brockman. .7:34 to go in the game. German's shot is no good. No second shot available. Rebound Park offensively. Back inside German triple team. Throws it outside long. 3 from Kiefer's no good. Didn't hit the mark. Out of bounds. Park will be able to use this tape. And I mean, that's going to be the big thing for Park now is, you know, what are you going to do with this game now?
Yeah, it started like 18-0, and Park, they could have just rolled over and done it, but they actually have been fighting the whole time, even though the score's not going to show it at the end. You got to give it to their young squad there and the coach.
Trying to figure things out, and that's going to be the key for Coach Tolkinen's Wolfpack the whole season. Wagner outside. Baker, nice bounce pass inside to Strain. Jump ball should be, right? Yep. Arrow will go back the way of Park. Wolfpack will inbound with Nelson. Junior guard, but one of the leaders of this team. Here's Kiefer. Kiefer right, working the wing. Looking inside for German at the block. Back to Kiefer on the give and go, who drives, shot no. Rebound, Raiders, Reuter, and then her pass is intercepted. Pass in down low to Kiefer, shot finishes. Kiefer, her first bucket of the game.
Got to protect the ball a little better there. Make sure you see your teammate when you pass in there. Park did a good job, kind of like a safety. He read that pass and stole it.
Raiders getting some other gals in the game too. Is a shot here for 3 is a quasi splashdown, and we'll take it. It's a 3 bucket for Emma Baker, and that's her first 3 tonight. She's got 10.
Raiders needed that tuck. They were in quite the scoring drought there. Not that Park was catching up per se, but still.
Nice to hit a bucket.
Yep.
Shot no good for 3 from Kiefer. Rebound Strain up the floor, right side. 3 ball, Wagner, no. Goes up over the basket. So this will go back to Park with the Raiders up 49-17. Coach T giving some instruction. Look at that shot again. Just back, front, rolled in. Found a way in for the 3 ball, and the Raiders get a little bit of energy back. And this one's turned over in the paint. That's a steal for the Raiders. That's Reuter with the steal. Left side, Raiders for 3. That's no good. Violet Schultz in the game, but the rebound put back up by Haley Strain, and she's having a big game.
Good to see Hastings coach utilizing all his players, getting everybody a little playing time.
I'm going to do that again here momentarily. Piper Brockman is set to check back in for Hastings momentarily. Nelson right into the corner. German one-on-one finds Kiefer on the roll, and the shot's up and good. Nice lay-in by Haley Kiefer now with 4 for Park. Raiders lead at 51-19, and the old Miss Bartley rule should be in play. First team to 50 usually wins. Hope so. Shot here for 3, though. And she says, Nicholas, don't talk too soon there, buddy. And Henderson with a 3 ball. She's got 7 to lead Park tonight. Raiders up the floor. Wagner, left, Reuter. Back to Strain. Haley top for Emma Baker. The senior passes left. Reuter to Wagner. Inside, Strain, turn around, kiss the glass, and good.
That's unstoppable down there.
Haley Strain in the game with 22 to lead all scorers. Haley Strain has the same amount of points as Park as a team. This is tipped out of bounds. Off a Raider, though. Plethora of subs, says Dick Craig.
Just thinking the same thing.
Jackson, Swanson, Brockman, Schultz, and who am I missing? Reuter?
I think they only brought 4.
No, Reuter came out too. Pass comes in, so Schultz just came back into the game. Notch also out there. Raiders trying to break onto the backcourt with their bench. And that's got to feel good for the starters. All the girls down there giving knuckles to each other. The starters all saying, hey, we did our thing. Let's watch these gals have some fun. Swanson. Let's see Soph hit a 3 ball. I know she's good for it. Up top. Swanson. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Jackson gets into the paint. Slides it left. Easy jumper from Schultz from 6 feet. Won't go. Rebound Park. 3:28 to go in this one. Raiders up 53-22 at the Fieldhouse on the opener. And Bill Reuter night here at the Fieldhouse. Get well soon, Bill. Get well, man. Shot here for 3 is no good. Raiders rebound again. The rebounding numbers for Hastings are going to be astronomical after this contest. I have never looked forward to seeing a Dick Craig statistical recap sheet in my inbox till tonight. This is going to be fun.
Dick is one of the best at doing the stats.
He is the best. The best. Shot here for 3, no good. Kiss the glass, didn't find the rim. Park with it. Some of Park's fans will make their way out of here and get an early start on 61. 2:40 to go. Park into the front court. Trying to get a little something here towards the end with 2:30 to go.
Yeah, Tuck, this is a little unlike the first game of last season when they beat Burnsville 65-63 in a thriller.
Perfect. Do want to thank both of our sponsors, Balanced Wealth Management and Farmers Insurance, the Katie Lindbergh Agency, for jumping on board and sponsoring sports on Hastings Community Television. Is this one stolen away here by Park? Raiders have the bench out there, getting some varsity letter points. Shots up here, that's no good, but a foul will put Park to the line, and Vanas, as this one here, as we get to 2:14 to go.
So we just want to thank one of our sponsors. HCTV Sports is supported by Farmers Insurance, the Katie Lindbergh Agency. Katie Lindbergh, Hastings, Downtown Farmers Insurance. If you don't know insurance, you need to know her.
Thanks to Katie. And also Farmers Insurance. Shot is good for Vanas, her first point tonight. We believe that's who it is. Was not on the varsity sheets that we were given before the game, and when we checked in with starters and substitutions, she was not on it, but she was probably added right before the game, hence there was a reason why a technical foul was not given.
Coach T just trying to keep you on your toes, I think, Tuck.
She has for 22 years now. Always will, too. First thing she said is, boy, that boy of yours is getting big. And she is one of Dallas's favorites. So just put it that way. She doesn't wear blue and gold, But she's a Dallas fan and vice versa. This one rolls on a play. I know you, Peter, haven't gotten a chance to know the Big D yet, but he is the Raider mascot, we'll say.
Okay.
I mean, if you're at any game and you see someone running around all crazy and all nutso in all blue and gold. Oh, is that what that is? Oh, I just got a picture of the
It started in
metal shop fire in the garbage can.
Yeah, see this blue garbage can right there?
Who was smoking in the boys' room? Isn't that a song?
That is a
you
song.
even smell like fire.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
Motley Crue.
Your heck back there.
Dan just showed us the whole fire picture, and it doesn't look fun. Best of luck to you cleaning that stuff up tonight. Not you? No, Dan's one of the best in the business. Shot's good here by Jamison, and she'll go to the line.
Got a little and one there. Good to see the Park student or players still into it, still cheering each other on. You got to do that.
They won't stop playing. No, they won't stop playing. Shot here off the front rim, no good. Rebound, Raiders fighting for it along the end line. Did it go out? A jump ball? Okay.
If it was football and I had my challenge flag with me and it
Yeah,
was close,
I
I
might
would
have
have
thrown
said
it.
Park girl's toe was on line when
Yep.
she touched it, but we don't care about that tonight.
Well, just like Jordan Anderson getting loose along the sideline, and guy falls down and he doesn't know where he is on the field. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to get cranky.
Yeah.
53-26.
Almost like the first play, too, he actually caught it, but Kevin didn't throw the flag. It was hard to see, but
there was a lot
too many
that went
mistakes
wrong in that game.
And it was Hastings girls basketball.
Yeah, we'll get
Down
back to
just a
that.
minute.
That's right. Minute 10 to go. Raiders are going to go home happy tonight, or go to Applebee's or wherever they're going after the game as a team like they always do. This one ripped away, though. Park going back up the floor. Quick in transition. Looking for a finish. No.
A little hard.
Rebound. Loose. Raiders have it. Fired up the floor. Here they come. Hastings. Evelyn McGree in the game. Good friends with her mama, former Jackie McGree. This one's ripped away. Park back up the floor, end to end. Finish, got it. Vanaz.
That is the classic thing about Hastings, isn't it, Nick? If you say somebody's last name, either you know their parent or you went to school with a sister or brother. Good old small town Hastings.
And it's happening more and more, making me feel older and older, especially remembering the days that some of these girls were born, for crying out loud. Literally born that day. Yep, inside. Raiders trying to get a finish, and they do! Down low, Alyssa Leos with the bucket for the Raiders and her first varsity points. That's always fun to call, and that'll do it. 55-28. The Raiders come out and impressively take care of business in the opener here at home on Bill Reuter night. The Raiders 55. The Park Wolfpack 28. Raiders go to 1-0 and more importantly get a win in the section against a section rival. That'll put them up over Park when it comes to sectional seeding later on in the year. Pete, if this is anything close to what we're seeing as the girls celebrating right now, you know, we're going to have a fun year. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely, Tuck. There's a lot to look forward to here. One of the keys was a lot of the rebounding, the team ball. You can see that experience that flowed over from last year. This could be a fun, great season, I feel, for the Hastings Raiders. One thing, areas of improvement, though, I would say, work on the passing a little better. Here's some replays.
Taking a look at the outside again and back into Leos for her first varsity points. That'll be special for her, obviously, here. Not just in this game, but in the season. She'll always remember that one, too, especially her junior year. You know, she's been around the block for a time or two, and to be able to get in there, get that bucket, I think that was great for her, great for the team. A complete team win tonight. I think the kids, as many of them as they could get in, did get into the game, and the ones that were on the floor when they were in the game did something to impact the game in a positive way. So great start for the Raiders, and they go to 1-0. And Peter, I want to thank you for helping me out and again keep me chained to the seat and everything. And I wasn't jumping over anything tonight, which is nice. But I want to thank Hunter Pinky as well. Peter, like we said, awesome. First time working with Pete, and it's not going to be the last time. Tori Sellner, Seth Essler, Victoria Zion, Kurt Radke, Hunter the Man, Pinky, doing all the tough work behind the scenes as well. So great crew. They're awesome. They're the best in the biz. And you had a chance to be part of it tonight because of our two awesome sponsors, Two and Balanced Wealth Management and Farmers Insurance, the Katie Lindbergh Agency. Bill Reuter, if you're still watching, buddy, get well, my man. We'll see you back here at the Field House, hopefully very soon. And we'll see all of you back at the Field House soon. Your Raiders are 1-0 with a win tonight, 55-28 over Highway 61 rival Park. For Peter Heyman, I'm Nick Tugner, signing it off. Raiders win.